I'm back in my home country of Canada now, and I have a bunch of questions here that you guys asked me on Instagram and YouTube community the other day, so I'm gonna do my best to answer as many for you as possible. But I figured since we are kind of all stuck at home right now, it would be a good idea to get to know each other better, answer some of your questions about what's going on with this channel, my personal life, and a bunch of other miscellaneous things that you guys wanted to know. So that is today's video, and without further ado, let's get right into them questions. So first question is, do I live in Canada or in Los Angeles? So for the last 3 years, I have been based in LA for 6 months a year. The other 6 months, I travel and film and, you know, make my videos. And I really decided that this year I was gonna commit myself to full-time travel for at least a year. And then the world kind of, you know, went to shit. And here we are, and I am back in Canada waiting out the storm. So right now, I don't really have a home, and I'm kind of just a vagabond. So yes, I don't really have a clear answer to your question, but I don't really live in LA or in Canada right now. Second question, how am I spending my time in quarantine? I wish I could say that I was doing like a ton of workouts and, I don't know, cooking really healthy meals, etc. But to be totally honest with you, I feel like I've regressed to like my college self. I've been eating a lot of mac and cheese, a lot of freezer pizza, ramen noodles. I don't know what's wrong with me, guys, but like when this thing first started, I was super motivated and I was like, I'm gonna work out every day and like be a fitness queen. It just hasn't been like that. I've been doing a lot of editing, I've been reading, I've been eating a lot. But you know what? It's a super weird time right now, and we're all stressed for a lot of different reasons. So I'm taking it easy on myself and being accepting of the fact that I'm not my most productive, best self right now, because I've had a lot of pretty intense life changes happen this year. And you know what? Sometimes you just need 5 minutes to breathe. So if my content is coming a little slower than normal, it's because I'm breathing and eating and not working out. Where will I go first when this is all over? And am I concerned about traveling too soon? So it's really hard to say where I'm gonna go when this is all over. Honestly, it's probably gonna be whatever country had the fewest amount of COVID-19 cases. And I think that the whole way in which we travel is going to drastically change after COVID-19. My prediction, and like, I don't know, we'll see if this really happens, is that we're not gonna be able to fly from place to place to place and like rapid fire go from country to country anymore like we're so used to. I don't know, it's really hard to say where I'm gonna go next. Right now, I'm supposed to be in Bali, and then I was gonna go to Vietnam, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, back to the Philippines. So yeah, it's very hard to say where I'm gonna go, so I can't really answer that question fully, but basically it's gonna be wherever had the fewest amount of COVID-19 cases. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be filming a lot more of Canada. I'm gonna be doing some road trips and showing you guys more of my home country, because I'm very proud to be Canadian, and I've actually not filmed that many vlogs in Canada, which is disappointing on a multitude of levels. What inspires me to travel to new destinations? I've loved travel since I was really young. I did my first solo trip when I was 15 years old. I went to Mexico City by myself for a whole month to learn Spanish, none of which I remember, which is not great. Sorry, Mom. I love to travel to try new foods, experience new cultures, see new things. I love nature. If you guys have been following me for a while, you probably know that. Like, I love to be in the nature more than anything. I'm a total nerd about it. Next question is, how do I manage to travel alone? I mean, you just gotta do it. And I feel like it does take a little bit of planning, because especially as a female, it's really important that when you travel solo, you do a lot of research before you go. So I actually have a video that I've been sort of mentally planning for a while on safety trips for solo female travelers, because safety trips, did I say safety trips? Safety tips. For solo female travelers, because I have been doing this for a minute now, and I do know a thing or two about how you can make sure you're doing everything in your power to keep yourself safe when you're traveling. What inspired me to travel solo? I guess honestly it's because I'm an only child and I'm so comfortable being alone. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't know, if I want to do something, I've never been the sort of person who won't do something, because because I don't have someone to do it with. I don't know if there was an inspiration to travel alone. It was more just like, I want to travel the world. I want to see it all. I want to experience it all, and I just did it. I don't know. Maybe that's not a good answer to your question, but yeah, I think I just do what I want to do when I want to do it. Okay, so the next question was asked a lot. A lot of you wanted to know this, and it is, do I have a boyfriend? And the answer is no. I am now single. So yeah. Yeah, that is a fairly recent life change and a pretty big one. So when will I get married is the next question. This one was also asked a few times, and I will get married when someone asks me who I would also like to marry. All right, next is, what is my weakness? Food, I don't know. I love to eat everything sweet, salty, crunchy, baked goods, everything. I don't know if that's even like a proper weakness or a proper answer to what is my weakness, but that would probably be it. I have very minimal self-restraint when it comes to food, and usually I just don't keep junk food in the house because I just can't say no to it. Like, I really can't. So yeah. All right, next question. What made me decide to leave my corporate job and pursue travel vlogging? So when I originally left my corporate job, I actually had no intentions of becoming a travel vlogger. I wanted to become a food blogger, and my first blog was called Skinny Belle, and it was all about like healthy recipes, and I was working on that for like 4 years while I had my corporate job on the side, and that's really what I wanted to do. But I don't know, it wasn't quite what I had expected, and I kind of fell into travel vlogging, and now I love it more than anything. So maybe one day I'll get back to the food blogging because I really love to cook, but for now travel vlogging is kind of lighting up my life, and it makes me so happy to share with you and hang out with you. So I've really been loving what I'm doing here on YouTube, and I'm probably going to stick with this for as long as I can. And if you haven't been following me for a while, my job before was a marketing director at a tech company. I worked for a virtual reality company, to be specific. So another question is, besides YouTube, do I have any other jobs? So I have also been a fashion model since I was 15 years old, and when I first quit my corporate job, I obviously was not making any money. So I paid my way through my first 2-3 years of vlogging by modeling. I have an agency in Montreal, and I also have an agency in Toronto. Can you share how much you spend on your trips? And the answer is yes. So I actually keep a detailed list of expenses on most of my trips. So I was planning on doing a video on how much it actually costs to travel. So if there's more of you who want to know how much I spend on my trips, then comment below, let me know, and I can make that happen for you. Okay, if this looks a little different, my camera's battery just died, but we're back in business now. We got a fresh battery in her. I feel like this isn't straight anymore. Okay, so next question is, when did I start being a vegan? Is it hard? Tips for someone who wants to be plant-based. So I'm not actually a full vegan. I eat about 90% vegan, but I do eat some fish and dairy when I either feel like it or feel like I need it. But I became a vegetarian for the first time when I was 15 years old for about, I want to say like 7 years. And then I kind of fell off the train tracks there for a couple years because I was in college. I was, you know, I don't know. And then I sort of ate a little bit of meat here and there on like special occasions. But then recently, as of like 2-3 years ago, I'm back to being mostly plant-based now. So also this freaking camera is not straight. It's driving me nuts. But your question was, is it hard to be vegan? And I've been eating this way for so many years now. Like, there was only a small window of time there where I was eating meat again that it feels normal to me, and it just feels how my body likes to be fed, and I feel strong, I feel great, I feel healthy. But if I remember correctly, when I first stopped eating meat, like back when I was 15, which is a lot longer ago than I wish to admit, it was a little challenging in the beginning. Now I can't even imagine eating that. But if you're looking at transitioning, tips to start would be start slow and do what feels right for your body, and consult your doctor. I'm not giving advice here. Last question is my favorite question. Did I eat peanut butter this morning? You frickin' bet I did. Anyways, so kind of a random mishmash of questions here today. I definitely didn't get through all your questions, but I hope that I answered some of the more important ones, and I hope that you feel a little closer to me and like we know each other a little bit better. I would love it if when you comment on today's video, if you tell me where you're from and how you've been spending your quarantine, if you are also being super unproductive and eating a lot like I am. It would be nice to know that I'm not alone. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I really have fun doing these Q&A videos because it's really interesting for me to see like what you guys want to know, and I don't know, makes me feel close to you. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, say hi in the comments, turn on your notification bell because I have some really fun Canada vlogs coming your way, and I will talk to you very soon. Thank you so much for being here.